Hi children, very good morning to all of you. Are you ready for the class? Okay, let us welcome for the second language English of 8th standard. So in the previous period, we have discussed about the second lesson, Sir C V Raman. Now let us continue it today. Before going to start the lesson, I am going to ask you some simple questions about the three paragraphs what we discussed in the previous class. Are you ready, guys? Ready? Right. I hope you go through at home for all these questions. The first question is, who were Raman's parents? Right. Raman's parents were, right, Chandrasekhar Iyer and Parvati Ammal. Second question. Ready, guys? Come on. You who know the answer? Just raise your hands. Why was Raman not able to attend school regularly? Why he could not attend the school regularly? Yes, because he used to become patient. He used to become sick every now and then. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. So that is the reason. Third question. Where did Raman complete his intermediate examination? So Raman completed his intermediate examination from Hindu College, right? The name of the college is given in the second paragraph, Hindu College. What subjects did his relatives advise him to take for BA? So when he wanted to join BA, his relatives advised him to take two subjects, right? Which are those two subjects? Yes, they are none other than history and economics. They suggested Raman to give up science and take these subjects in for BA. The last question given in the box. Why could not Raman go to the United Kingdom for higher studies? As I told in the previous period, this question may be asked in the examination. So it is given in the exercise also. Why could not Raman go to the United Kingdom, UK, for higher studies? ಉನ್ನತ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಮನ್ ಅವರು ಯುಕೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ? Why? Because you have to start like this. If the questioning word used why, so we have to start the answer from because, right? Raman could not go to UK because right? His health broke down again he became patient at that time, so that is why he could not go to UK for higher studies in science. This was the greatest disappointment in Raman's life. Okay, shall we move to the next paragraphs? Right, let us continue the lesson. Even as deputy accountant general, as we all know, so when you take a competitive examinations, as a result of it, he became a DAG, deputy accountant general. Deputy accountant general. Deputy accountant general. Even as a deputy accountant general, even he was working as a deputy accountant general, he mixed with scientists. He is working as a deputy accountant general, even though he used to mix with, that means he used to mingle with scientists. This shows his interest and took interest in science. Not only meeting with scientists, he took interest in science. One day, while returning from his office, he saw a banner outside a building on which was printed the Indian Association of Scientists. Here is a word given in your glossary, banner. So, in the previous years, this kind of banners are used. Nowadays, they have no banners. The flexes are replaced with the banners. If you want to know the meaning for banner, a long piece of cloth with a message on it that is carried between two poles or hung in public places. ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ ಕಟ್ಸೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಈಗ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸೋದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ, ರೈಟ್. ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಕಾಟನ್ ಬಟ್ಟೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋದರೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಬಣ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಕೋಲುಗಳನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಂಬಗಳಿಗಾರು ಕಟ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು, ಕೋಲು ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಟ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್. So what happened one day while returning from his office? So while he was returning from his office, he saw is the past form of saw is the past form of saw. He saw a banner outside a building. Outside, what is the opposite? Don't stand outside, come, yes, inside. Outside, inside, opposite words. Banner outside a building on which was printed. What was printed on that banner? When he was returning from his office, he saw a banner outside a building. He saw a banner, right, which was printed. What was printed on that banner? The Indian Association of Scientists. The Indian Association of Scientists. So this was printed on that banner. At the side of that banner, sight, here is the word sight. Sight means ದೃಶ್ಯ ಅಥವಾ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ, ಐಸೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ. ಸೊ ಸೀನ್, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್, ಸೊ ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ವಾಟ್? ಸೀನರೀಸ್, ಸೈಟ್, ದೃಶ್ಯ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್, ಆ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೇನೆ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, S-I-T-E, sight. So these kind of words are called what we discussed in 7th standard. What you discussed, what you learned in 7th standard. What do you call this kind of words? See, sun, meet. Okay, week. They are called homophones. Very good. Homophones. Sight. I see a beautiful sight. I bought a sight in Beirut. Like this. The land, sight. At the sight of that banner, Raman got off the moving train and went to meet the scientists who had gathered in that building. So when he saw that banner, what was written on that banner? The Indian Association of Scientists, ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳ ಸಂಘ. ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೇನೆ, what did Raman do? He got off the moving train. The train was moving, so he got off. ಚಲಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ರೈಲು ಗಾಡಿಯಿಂದಲೇ ಇಳಿದು ಬಿಟ್ರು. What an interest he had. Moving train and went to meet the scientists who had gathered in that building. So the scientists were gathered in that building. Raman got off from the moving train and curiously go to this association to meet the scientists. What all these things shows about Raman? He had a great interest in science. We had gathered in that building. Sometime later, when he was in Rangoon, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ರಂಗೂನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ, he learned that an institution had bought a piece of modern scientific apparatus and modern equipments. Apparatus here refers to modern scientific equipments. And some institution had bought some scientific apparatus. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಹೊಸ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಉಪಕರಣಗಳನ್ನು ತರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ವಿಷಯ ರಾಮನ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. He hurriedly put on his clothes. Put on, preposition. Preposition, phrasal verb. Put on is a preposition. So the verb which is followed by on, they they are called praises, right? Put on. Children used to put on new clothes on festival, right? ಹಬ್ಬದ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. So what Raman do? He hurriedly put on his clothes and went to have a look at it. Why did he move? He moved to see the scientific equipment what that institution had bought. ಆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವರು ತರಿಸಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಆ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಉಪಕರಣಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರಂತೆ. That was his curiosity towards science and scientific equipments. Such was the interest he had in science. Such an interest he had in science. So now let us move on to the fifth paragraph. In 1911, Raman was appointed Special Accountant General. So now, after Deputy Accountant General, he become what? Special Accountant General. Special Accountant General. Raman was appointed Special Accountant General. He was promoted from Post and Telegraphs in Calcutta. Post and Telegraph. ಅಂಚೆ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತಿ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಜನರಲ್, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೇಮಕ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. But when he was offered the post of professor at Calcutta University, while working as a special accountant general, while he was working, at the same time he had an offer, right? But when he was offered the post of professor some at Calcutta University give him an offer, right? Come and work as a professor in our university. Like this, when he got an opportunity to work as a professor, what did Raman do? He jumped at that offer and accepted the post gladly, right? He accepted the professor post gladly. Gladly means happily. He happily accepted because to enjoy while teaching science subjects, he used to enjoy that one. So that is why he jumped into the post of professor. Gladly accepted that post and to start working at Calcutta University. After working at Calcutta University for 15 years, do you know? In Calcutta University, he worked as a professor for 15 years. 15 years he worked there. So, after working at Calcutta University for 15 years, he became the director of the Indian Institute of Science. He became the director of Indian Institute of Science. Indian Institute of Science. So he became the director of Indian Institute of Science. ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. Science in Bangalore. This was pride. ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. The Raman Research Institute was started in 1948. So this was, as we discussed in the part 1, he had a dream child to set up his own or to start his own research institute. Raman, he wanted to set up Raman Institute. This was his dream child. Now it was become true. Now it is becoming true. What did happen? Raman Research Institute was started in 1948. 1948ರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗೇ ಬಿಡ್ತು. ರಾಮನ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್. So at last his dream come true. Raman Research Institute. was started in 1948. Raman resigned his post at the Indian Institute of Science. What happened? Raman resigned. He resigned from this post and he jumped into Raman Research Institute. Raman resigned his post at the Indian Institute of Science and became the director of the research institute. Here he resigned for this post, directorship post of Indian Institute of Science, and he became a director for Raman Research Institute. Here refers to in Raman Research Institute. ಅವರದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ he conducted his research in physics until his death. What a man he had. Here he conducted his research in physics until his death. ಅವನ ಸಾವಿನ ದಿನಗಳವರೆಗೂ ಇದೇ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಗಳನ್ನು ಇನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಭೌತಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. So this was his great achievement while working as a director at Raman Research Institute. Let us move on to 6th paragraph. Raman was a great scientist, no doubt at all. He was a great scientist. Throughout his life, he was intensely attached to science. Throughout his life, he was attached to science. Whenever he got an opportunity, he used to attach with science. So mingling with scientists, looking for scientific equipments like this, and buying science books, making models like this, he used to touch with science. For the sake of science, he gave up the highly paid post of the Special Accountant General for science. For the sake of science, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ತಮಗೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಉನ್ನತ ಹುದ್ದೆ, gave is the past form of give. He gave up the highly paid post of Special Accountant General. He gave up the highly paid post, Special Accountant General, for the sake of science. Accepted a professorship at Calcutta University. So as we discussed in the previous paragraph, when he got a professorship at Calcutta University, he gave up the highly paid post Special Accountant General. ನಾವ್ಯಾರು ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ವಾ? ನೋ, ಅಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹುದ್ದೆಯನ್ನೇ ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿದ್ರು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ. He would forget all about food and rest while he was at work. This happens for this kind of people. ಈ ಥರದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಈಗ ಆಗೋದು ಸಹಜ. ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? He would forget all about food and rest. ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿ, ಊಟದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. When? While he was at work. ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತಾಗ ನಿದ್ರೆ, ಊಟ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಮರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. That means this kind of people used to work. They love their work. Right? ಕಾಯಕವೇ ಕೈಲಾಸ. Another more example we can give, Vishweshwaraya. Right? And his wife had often to tell him that his breakfast or coffee was getting cold. So when he was busy at his work, his wife used to inform him that by telling the tiffin or coffee is becoming cold. Tindi aarogta ide, coffee tannagagide. Like this, her wife used to inform him. Like all great scientists, Raman had a lot of curiosity. Like all scientists, great scientists, not ordinary scientists. Like all great scientists, ಮಹಾನ್ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಾಗಿ Raman had a lot of curiosity. He too has a curiosity. Earlier in his life, while on a voyage to Europe, voyage means voyage. Samudrayana, journey by sea, we call it as journey by sea. While on a voyage to Europe, he saw the wonderful blue of the Mediterranean Sea. So on his voyage, he saw a beautiful uh, wonderful blue of the Mediterranean Sea. So, how the water looks in the sea? Blue. This led to his work on the laws of light scattering in liquids, and it ended in his discovery of the Raman effect. So when he saw that beautiful Mediterranean Sea, there he find something which helps to his research or for his discovery. Right? He was awarded the Nobel Prize for this in 1930. That is none other than Raman effect, scattering of light. That was his research. So for this research, that is also called as Raman effect. For this, he got Nobel Prize in 1930. Nobel Prize, the great honor, Nobel Prize in 1930. So let us move on to the next paragraph. I will rub. Have you understood what I'm go through the paragraphs? Right. 2-3 paragraphs remaining. Let us finish it today. Raman was a kind man. Kind means Dayalu Manushya. Dayavudu. Raman was a kind man. He helped people when they were in difficulty. So he used to help the people who were in difficulty. ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ರಾಮನ್. When he was working as the Deputy Accountant General, so he got the post DAG, Deputy Accountant General. When he was working as a Deputy Accountant General, a villager, Halyam, another Vyakti, went to him with some badly burned 100 rupee notes. Burned, present tense, burned, past tense, sutta. What? With what? 100 rupee notes. A villager went to him with some badly burnt ಹಳೆಯ ನೋಟುಗಳು ಸುಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಕೆಲವು 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನೋಟುಗಳು ಅವನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯವನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Any other person perhaps would have turned the villager away. If any person in the place of Raman, he may have sent him or he may have turned the villager away. ರಾಮನ್ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯವನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ರಾಮನ್ ಟುಕ್ ಪಿಟಿ ಆನ್ ದ ವಿಲೇಜರ್. ರಾಮನ್ ಟುಕ್ ಪಿಟಿ ನೋಡಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಎ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಮರುಕ ಪಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ತೋರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಟುಕ್ ಪಿಟಿ ಆನ್ ದ ವಿಲೇಜರ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್ ದ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ನೋಟುಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಶೀಲಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್ ದ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ತಾವೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, and allowed the villager to exchange the burnt notes for new ones. This was the concern about the people who were in distress or who were in difficulty. Now, he had given the villager a chance to exchange his burnt up notes with the new ones. He examined the notes himself and he given the villager a new notes. ಹೊಸ ನೋಟುಗಳನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯವನಿಗೆ. But Raman took pity on the villager, examined the notes himself and allowed the villager to exchange the burnt notes for new ones. So this was an example how his helping nature was. Second example, once at the Raman Research Institute, his own institute, right? Raman ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂಥ ರಾಮನ್ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮನ್ Research Institute, Raman Research Institute. So, in this institute, what happened? A candidate was not given admission as he did not well in his tests. So for this institution, if you want to get an admission for this institution, we have to do well in the preliminary tests, entrance tests. We have to do well. given admission as he did not well in his test. A candidate was not given admission in this institution because he was not scored more in the test. He was not do well in the test as his performance is very low. So when his travelling allowance was paid, the candidate found that he had received more. So when the candidates were coming for the entrance test, they will be paid what traveling allowance. ಆ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಬಂದಂಥ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಭತ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಫ್ರಮ್ ರಾಮನ್ ಇನ್ ರಾಮನ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ TA traveling allowance for the candidates who were coming for the entrance test. So as he was failed in the entrance test, at the time of giving traveling allowance to the candidate, he found that he had received more. What happened there? That candidate was given TA more. ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಭತ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚುವರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ರಾಮನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವರು. What that candidate do? He returned to the office to pay back the excess amount. Excess means the more amount what they had given to the candidate. He returned to the office. ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತೆ ಇದೆ ಆ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆ ಹೆಚ್ಚುವರಿ ಹಣವನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಆ ಕಚೇರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ವೆನ್ ರಾಮನ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್, what had happened, he liked the candidate's honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty, ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತೆ, truthfulness. ರಾಮನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆನೆಸ್ಟಿ. ಆ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿಯ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತೆಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಮೆಚ್ಚಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ರಾಮನ್. He appreciated his honesty and admitted him to the institute. Now what Raman did, right? So the candidate was not given admission as he was scored less in the entrance examination. So because of his honesty, ಅವನ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತೆಯಿಂದ now he got a seat by the generousness, right, of ರಾಮನ್ ಅವರ ಉದಾರತೆಯಿಂದ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸೀಟು ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ for his honesty. He was honesty and admitted him to the institute. The candidate was not able to make out why he was admitted. The candidate himself, he was puzzled, he was confused, why I am admitted, even though he was not done well in his test. It seems Raman told the candidate, ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟಿಗೆ ರಾಮನ್ ಹೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ, I have admitted you to the institute. I have admitted you. ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರವೇಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ದಾಖಲು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ because of your character. What was the character? Honesty character. Your character. ನಿನ್ನ ಗುಣಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ, ನಿನ್ನ ಗುಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ದಾಖಲು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. You are not very good at physics. If you are not very good at physics, but I can teach you. ನೋಡೋದು ನೀವು ಭೌತಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಕ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್? You may not good at physics, I will teach you. How he is motivating the candidate to move in the Raman Research Institute. What a generousness he had, what a concern about such people. You are not very good at physics, but I can teach you physics. As he was very much interested in physics, he is encouraging this kind of candidates in his research institute. This was the quality of Sir C V Raman. These are two examples how he is helping the people who were in difficulty or in distress. These are the two examples. One, the burnt up notes what the villager had come to him, and the candidate who was got an admission in Raman Research Institute. During his lifetime, or ಜೀವಿತ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ Raman received a number of honors and medals. During his lifetime, he received so many honors, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಗೌರವಗಳು ಸಿಕ್ಕವರಿಗೆ, and medals, ಪದಕಗಳು ಸಿಕ್ಕವರಿಗೆ. In 1929, 1929, what happened? He was knighted by King George V. King George V knighted him, knighted by King George V, and became Sir C V Raman. It is Sir. It is given by King George V. So after this, C V Raman became Sir C V Raman. Right? There was an award given by King George V and became Sir C V Raman. ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ Sir C V Raman ಅಂತ ಇವರ ಹೆಸರಾಗ್ತದೆ. A number of universities honored him with doctorates. The universities are giving doctorate awards. So for him also, a number of universities, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯಗಳು ಇವರಿಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಗೌರವಿಸಿದವು. honored him with doctorates. Then he became Dr. Sir C V Raman, right? He was a number of many international scientific he was a member of many international scientific organizations. Many international, state level alla, national level alla, international level, in the foreign countries also. Many international scientific organization, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ member, he became the member, ಸದಸ್ಯರಾಗಿದ್ದರು. In 1954, the government of India awarded him Bharat Ratna. He has got Bharat Ratna award from Indian government. Bharat Ratna in 1954. He got the award from government of India. In 1957, the Soviet Union here refers to Russia, Soviet Union honored him by awarding the International Lenin Prize. International Lenin Prize. International Lenin Prize. It was given by Indian government. International Lenin Prize given in 1957 by Soviet Union. Soviet Union. These are a great honors for Sir C V Raman. Bharat Ratna Award in 1954 from Government of India. International Lenin Prize in 1957 from Soviet Union. Soviet Union honored him by awarding the International Lenin Prize. Such a person. How he lived his life. What a curiosity about science he had. Such a person. Raman died on November 21st, 1970 at the age of 82. He lived a life of 82 years. He died. Death on 21st November 1970 at the age of 82. At the age of 82, he died. In his death, India lost one of her great sons. How the author is concluding here. India lost one of her great sons. ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆ ತನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಮಹಾನ್ ಮಗುವನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡಳು, ಮಹಾನ್ ಮಗನನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡಳು. ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆ, the mother India lost one of her great sons and the world. ಭಾರತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಾನ್ ಪುತ್ರನನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆ, and the world lost a great scientist. The world lost a great scientist. India lost one of her great sons and the world lost a great scientist. ಜಗತ್ತು ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಾನ್ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಯನ್ನ ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ತು ಅಂತ. So this is about the life story and his achievements in science of Sir C V Raman. I hope you understood it very well, and what you have to do is you have to go through the text once, twice, or thrice at home and try to answer for the questions given in the box as comprehension questions, right? And you write the notes also, or I will give you through WhatsApp. Okay, so stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Thank you. Let us meet in the next class.